welcome. I'm Manisha Nair Dhawan and you're watching GMO Media Presents India's Finest Workplaces. It's a wonderful day and we are at the amazing Silicon Valley of India, Bengaluru. And today we are showcasing a global cloud-based software company, Salesforce India. Salesforce, established in San Francisco, California, was conceived as a software-as-a-service SaaS organization, providing companies of every size and industry powerful technologies in customer relationship management. Salesforce products include several CRM technologies, including Sales Cloud, Service Cloud, Marketing Cloud, and Commerce Cloud and Platform. Salesforce India has been growing rapidly over the years and has become a vital contributor to the company's global success. The company has a significant presence in India with offices in various cities including Bengaluru, Hyderabad, Mumbai, Gurgaon, Jaipur, and Pune. The company's Indian workforce comprises thousands of employees, including developers, engineers, sales and marketing professionals, and customer support specialists. In addition to its core CRM offerings, Salesforce India has also launched various initiatives to empower local businesses and organizations with tools and technology needed to thrive in today's digital world. Trailhead, Salesforce's free online learning platform, is available to anyone interested in skilling themselves to be part of the Salesforce ecosystem. According to IDC, International Data Corporation, Salesforce and its ecosystem of partners in India will create 1.3 million jobs among Salesforce customers by 2026, driving global growth acceleration and unlocking career opportunities. An organization driven by values, Salesforce has become one of the finest places to work for in India and abroad. Joining us now is Michelle Nairok, Employee Success Head for LATAM, APAC, and India. Thank you so much, Michelle, for joining us. What differentiates the Salesforce culture from other organizations?
I think truly what differentiates the culture at Salesforce is that it's rooted in our corporate values. And those values have been unwavering since the beginning, and truly they're lived values. And when I think about what that means from an employee experience perspective, I think about the value of trust, which really ensures transparency, not just transparency from our leadership team to every employee, but for every employee to feel like they have voice in shaping what matters to them, to giving feedback all the way up to our CEO. So trust is a core value that really differentiates our culture.
Trust is the base of any relationship, now be it personal or professional. And at Salesforce, trust is the core value in which the company is built. Companies across the globe look at Salesforce for innovation, for latest in the products, latest in the technology, latest in the industry solution, that they know that if Salesforce is going and proposing these are the solutions that will help them hit their company targets and goal.
At Salesforce, how is the comprehensive well-being of employees being taken care of?
I think what we learned during the pandemic is how incredibly important it is that we talk about wellness in the workplace. Prior to that, we didn't talk about wellness. And so I think the most important thing that companies, and certainly Salesforce, can do is value wellness and prioritize wellness. Make sure that all of our employees and their families have access to wellness benefits so that they can care for both their physical and their mental well-being. And probably what we've unlocked the most is, while you can value wellness at the corporate level, you can't solve wellness at the corporate level. Wellness is incredibly personal. And so I think a big focus for organizations needs to be making sure that managers know how to check in on employees. Managers need to understand how they can help remove obstacles to wellness. Employees need to know how to talk about wellness, right? Their needs for balance, right? Things that are important to them. We haven't necessarily trained employees to know what to ask for and how to talk about that with their managers. So that relationship between manager and employee, I think, is critical to the wellness.
What drew me to Salesforce in the first place was how deeply equality and innovation is valued here. You can see it in the way people work in the organization, the different ERG groups that are there, the kind of products that we release to our customers. We have a sense of belonging here. We are encouraged to act and think differently. And to me, there is no greater joy than to work in an organization where your ideas are valued.
I joined Salesforce back in 2016. I started working at the US office, and I moved to India in 2019. So seeing the vast cultures, identities, or paths that people and our employees come from, I was very humbly accepted into the Faithforce family, and I was very happy to be a voice for them. My journey at Faithforce has been one of love, acceptance, providing a voice for all our employees, and also representation.
Salesforce is known to be quite vocal on its stance when it comes to equality. How is this practiced in the organization?
Practiced in a lot of ways. And you think about from the very beginning, it's about, again, representing the communities that we serve. And so really thinking about, do we have the right benefits so that top talent, right, which is diverse talent around the globe, wants to come work for Salesforce, sees us as a great place to work. So we do a lot of work to make sure that we've got the benefits that are valued by a diverse set of employees. And then inside the corporation, there are a few things. I think making sure that all of our talent practices are free of bias. That's everything from hiring to promotions to pay. We have incredibly rigorous systems to make sure that all of us understand how to drive that as leaders.
Thank you so much, Michelle, for joining us and talking to us about the Salesforce culture.
Thank you.
Salesforce India is transitioning into a global hub for talent and innovation by combining the best of design thinking and digital strategies to build breakthrough customer experiences. The man behind this revolution is none other than Mr. Sanket Atal, Managing Director, India Operations and Site Lead, Salesforce India. Thank you so much, Mr. Atal, for speaking with us. Could you give us an overview of the Salesforce talent ecosystem in India?
Absolutely. So Salesforce has been in India for some time, and India, as you know, is the hub for technical talent around the world. We produce upwards of 1.3 million graduates a year. The ability of these amazing technologists to be able to garner the world's business is just spectacular. There are various current happenings that are enabling the startup ecosystem in India to really thrive. One of them, of course, is the talent. And what do we mean by the talent? We have people who are getting educated in various fields, but that's not a barrier to enter almost any area of technology. Today, anybody from any field can avail of things online like Coursera and other, Udemy, etc., to be able to get trained in any technology and become productive. The other part is regarding talent. Earlier, Indians were very conservative. They did not want to necessarily work in exploratory technologies. They're quite adventurous. They want to work for a startup, right? So the combination of these two things is absolutely amazing in creating great startups from India and creating great talent. And the same talent then flows into the overall tech ecosystem in India. The other part is technology. To have a startup, you need to be able to create amazing things using the latest in technologies. And all of that technology today is available in the form of the cloud. The cloud has been the great enabler in India and across the world. So you as a startup, if you want to avail of technologies that a very large company wants to, you can do that using the EMI-like system. You just pay a monthly installment, pay as you use, and you're world class. In addition to that, you're able to address anybody around the world by virtue of being in the cloud. And finally, the third part is your target market. So you can be sitting here in India and want to target, say, a market in France. Not just that, you might want to try to target Paris. All of that you can do while sitting right here. So the point behind this is that all the youngsters are very well educated and understand the value that the cloud is providing, and they understand that no matter what my background is, I'm going to be a productive member of society. And with that, we've become the hub for talent around the world.
What are the innovations that are being driven from India for Salesforce?
Salesforce as a company, by the way, has grown hugely in India. Our products are known to be focusing on what's called Customer 360. So any company around the world survives because they have customers. and they would like to know about their customers. And there are various facets of the customer that you need to keep track of. One is you would like to market to the customer, and then you'd like to be able to sell to the customer. Once you have acquired the customer, you'd like to have information about the customer that you use to be able to provide them good service in case they have an issue. So all of these things are provided by Salesforce as a company, and each of these technologies are worked upon right here in India. So we like to say that we're producing in India for the world. There are several clouds, so a lot of our products are called clouds because we are a cloud-first company. So there are a lot of clouds which are done completely out of India. And that sense of empowerment that exists amongst these teams is unprecedented. So we are cutting edge from a technology perspective, we're cutting edge from an empowerment perspective right here in India.
That's amazing. It's great to know this. Thank you so much, Mr. Atul, for speaking with us. There's so much more to learn from you. Thank you for your time. We're going to slip into a break at this point in time. Keep watching. GMO Media presents India's finest workplaces. Welcome back. You're watching GMO Media presents India's finest workplaces, and today we're talking about one of the world's fastest growing enterprise cloud software company, Salesforce India. Salesforce's comprehensive suite of cloud-based products focus on innovation, expertise and best practices, trust and security, and community and ecosystem make it a trusted digital partner to customers, delivering innovation at scale. We are now joined by Mr. Arun Parameswaran, Managing Director, Sales and Distribution, Salesforce India. Thank you so much, Mr. Parameswaran, for speaking with us. Now, the impetus for the Indian growth story is driven by solving local complexities. So, what is Salesforce doing in this regard?
I think when you look at India and the challenges that India brings from a technology perspective, one of the interesting things I've noted over the last 10-15 years is solving innovation at scale, right? So when you think about some of our customers in India, they're operating at scale that is sometimes 3x, 4x that of our largest global customers. So what we have done is invested heavily in innovation in India with our customers to solve for that scale and complexity. And the notion is very simple. If it works for us here in India, it's going to work for any of our customers in any part of the world. So there's some great examples of what I would call customer focused and customer partnered innovation that we've done over the last many years, thanks to all the investments we made in the country.
Our architecture is built on metadata development driven model. That means our application developers can focus only on building the application and not worry about any other nuances. Salesforce offers a very rich set of APIs through which we can manipulate the data along with build customized page layouts and also build custom development models.
So can you talk about some of the transformations that you have undertaken last year, and how has India taken to this entire cloud phenomenon?
Look, everybody's jumping on the cloud bandwagon, right? I don't think the question of should I go on the cloud is even relevant anymore. And I think what is interesting is to see that customers of all sizes and shapes in every sector, in every part of the industry have taken to cloud. I'll give you two examples, right? And of course, these are customers that are at the top of the pyramid, HDFC Limited, the bellwether in mortgages and home loans. We did a service transformation, project with them. And at the end of the day, they're able to deliver 30% more efficiency in the way they serve their customers. And they've had something like 40% drop in calls from their customers, right? So a simple example of how an organization like HDFC has transformed the way they work with their customers. I can go on and on. I mean, if you think about healthcare, you think about manufacturing, you think about retail consumer goods, there's a transformation story in every segment. What's amazing about India is that everybody wants to go digital. Everybody wants to enhance customer experience. Everybody wants to personalize. And therefore, our story resonates with all of them.
That's great to know. But how do you see Salesforce India growth story panning out over the next few years?
Look, I think we're in the first innings of this, of this story, so to speak. Our penetration in the country is, in my opinion, low single digits. We have huge amount of headroom to grow. Every customer has an aspiration to transform. Like I said, everybody has digital in their heads. Everybody wants to be online, wants to do digital commerce, wants to deliver great customer experiences. And so when I think about that opportunity and I think about how our story resonates with customers of every size and shape and every vertical, I think there's a massive amount of growth for us over the next 1 decade. I think the aspirations of India is something that we are excited about. We recently started talking, saying there's the aspirations of India and there's aspirations of Bharat. I think the more I spend time with our customers and I'm hearing about the Bharat story, I'm even more excited because, that, in my opinion, is not even surfaced. But, I think for the next 1 decade, you're going to see explosive growth, I think, across the industry. And our hope will be that we surpass whatever the industry does for Salesforce here in India.
Salesforce has a team of experts who work closely with customers to understand their specific needs and provide customized solutions. And the customers benefit from the collective knowledge and experience of Salesforce's team of experts who are equipped to offer advice and guidance on digital transformation.
Even a decade ago, when the world did not know the sea of the cloud, Salesforce has been a cloud incumbent, and that has been our power. We have been the #1 CRM, and we just didn't stop at that. We knew the power of Slack, we knew the power of Tableau and the power of MuleSoft. We brought all of these together to drive innovation further and to make sure that the #1 CRM even becomes better for us, for our customers, and for their users.
Salesforce has made a commitment to achieve net zero greenhouse gas GHG emissions by 2050, and the company is working towards this goal through its Net Zero Cloud Initiative. The Net Zero Cloud Initiative is designed to help Salesforce and its customers reduce their carbon footprint by providing them with the tools and resources to manage their energy use and emissions.
Today, people do businesses with the companies that share values, and solving for climate change is especially urgent, and it will solve other kind of inequalities as well. We at Salesforce believe in our values, and sustainability is a need of the hour.
Salesforce started something called the 1-1-1 model of giving back. We give back 1% of our people time, 1% of our profits, and 1% of our product to our communities. We want to bring the full power of Salesforce to our communities to empower them to do the good that they're doing to the nonprofits in our communities.
And behind every workplace that is loved by its employees, there are always great leaders who navigate the company in the right direction, even in the toughest times. With 40 years of rich experience in India's financial sector, working across varied roles and diverse national and international locations, that person is Arundhati Bhattacharya, the chairperson and chief executive officer for Salesforce India.
So Salesforce was very new in India when I stepped in, and in fact sales and distribution was something that had just started. So to that extent, today the amount of awareness I see amongst customers about Salesforce and its offerings, the fact that we are actually way beyond just CRM and we look after the entire customer experience, customer 360 as we call it, I think that awareness change has been something that's really happened. We were about 2,200 people when I stepped in. In 3 years' time, we are now 9,000 plus. Now to have, been a part of this growth journey of Salesforce, that's also, I think, a great achievement because we've tried to bring in the best of people to work with us. We've actually innovated a lot in the country. We have shown what the country is capable of doing and contributing to the whole organization. So I think both internally and externally, it's been a great journey. I want to partner more with our clients in their digital journeys. Today, digital is not something that's good to have, it's a must-have. But it's not only digital. The way the technology is evolving today, you have to make yourself agile and nimble enough to be able to change very quickly with the times. You know, for instance, you've seen the kind of upheaval that has happened after generative AI came in the form of ChatGPT. Okay, there are challenges in generative AI, but they will, I'm sure, be overcome. And it will become something that is commonplace. We consider generative AI to be like a super assistant for every single person, and that can make our jobs so much more creative, so much more fulfilling, and so much more productive. So all of those things will come in, and do we have the agility to actually very quickly incorporate in our solutions these kinds of new technologies? So Salesforce has the ability to do all of that, and therefore I would like to partner more and more with industries of all kinds to ensure that they are also at the very cutting edge of the developments as they happen. So there is so much of talent in this country. There is so much that we can really, you know, we haven't yet plumbed the potential that this country has of providing its brain power to the various areas that we are looking at, be it in the area of IT or medicine or, you know, whatever way we look at it. So I would very much want that, you know, as Salesforce India, we do our bit for the organization, thereby showcasing the kind of contribution that the country can make to global development.
By bringing people together, Salesforce has the power to unlock their hidden potential. Whether it's uniting individuals to support businesses or communities in achieving their most ambitious goals, solving complex issues, or leveraging their achievements to leave the planet in a better state than when we found it, we can achieve great things. While the world will inevitably keep evolving with technology advancements and business transformations, building strong relationships based on mutual trust and respect can help us prepare for whatever the future may hold. That was the story of Salesforce India. We'll be back soon with another fascinating story in GMO Media Presents India's Finest Workplaces. Thanks for watching.